The following podcast is where creative minds run wild, opinions get loud, and no one really has it figured out, though we pretend we do. Now, there may be strong language and hot takes ahead, and the views are ours alone, not our sponsors, hopefully one day, our parents, or any former teachers. If you're easily offended, try a podcast on bird calls or oatmeal. Otherwise, proceed with caution or curiosity. Anyway, please don't sue us. Well, good morning, good evening, and good afternoon. This is the thatsbs podcast, and I'm your host, Bryan Snyder. In the office next to me is TJ, working hard as he always does. As for me, here I am with my ADHD brain. But this conversation that you're about to see is the second part of our episode with Jason Carmony. You can check him out on all the socials at j.allen_photographer. And you can check out his YouTube where he's got great content that you should check out over there. Let him know that we sent you. I'm not going to take any more of your time. I'm going to go back to the office to keep working because that's what we do. We work hard here. As for you, enjoy the episode. So, Jason, what would you tell an up-and-coming person who would like to start a YouTube channel and want to get products sent to them, even though they've had friends tell them consistently, like, hey, you should start doing all this stuff? Because then there are people who literally have like every single thing you have, and they're already doing it. Shout out to Keedron. Hey. What would you tell people, even if they were possibly sitting on the same couch?
Bro,
just do it.
He's still like, bro, Keedron. Like every time,
we gotta get Keedron on here
time
too.
he has like a new piece of gear, like it's either in my cart or I've just bought it, and it's like we buy the same stuff. It's crazy. It's almost scary, and it's like, bro, how do we have this? And we're getting it at the same time, like this around the same time. I don't know if they're coming out at the same time, but like some of it's older stuff. I don't know, man. I don't know.
It is cool. I do like to buy this stuff. My wife doesn't like me always buying this stuff, and I'm not bagging on her at all. She's fantastic. But
say it a little louder.
She's fantastic. But it does. It actually kind of scratches my itch. So now I don't have to go and buy this stuff because, I've got people constantly wanting to send me stuff, and that kind of going way back to another answer is I don't want to water down my brand on the channel,
right?
With doing all that, like reviewing just random stuff or whatever. I don't use a camera strap. I had a company reach out and they're like, "Hey, we want to send you a camera strap." I don't want that because I don't use it. But then part of me is like, well, maybe I could because other photographers would use it. But I don't want to do that.
Yeah.
Somebody did reach out and they're like, "Hey, we want to send you some hard drives." Okay, I'll test that because I use hard drives all the time. And so I was like, "Can you send me a 4 terabyte hard drive?" "Oh, we're out of stock on those." Dang it.
You're like, can you send me an 8?
Yeah, send me an 8. Yeah. So, but I don't want to like take away from what I am. So all the content to me that I put on the channel is as raw and as natural, if that sounds right, as I am. I don't want to be different. A lot of the hard part is really with YouTube is, and I mentioned it on the channel, is I literally shoot all the time. Like I'm shooting clients' work. I don't just do YouTube.
Yeah.
Like if I could just do YouTube, that would be fantastic. Mm-hmm. And I don't know how a lot of these other photographers do it. A lot of the big ones, they're just YouTubers.
Yeah.
Man, it's hard to juggle it all.
Oh yeah.
Family, the job, photos and stuff like that, and then YouTube. It's very difficult to juggle it all and still. Not that I ever put out anything for the algorithm, but to still put out weekly content, dude, it's not easy.
Right.
So my thought is I'm going to do it as long as I'm having fun doing it. And so far I'm still having fun. So
yeah,
I just want it to be who I am.
Right. CT, That's all.
Just do it.
That's all.
Like Nike says.
Hey,
I barely get client videos in on the deadline, so adding more video, I could shoot it. I would just never.
I will help you.
Yeah, that's the hard part. Like, and I don't know. I'm wondering, are other photographers like me? Like, I'm a control freak when it comes to my work.
Mm-hmm.
Like, I don't want people to edit my work. I don't want people to edit my videos. I want to do it all.
Yeah.
Is that how y'all are? Like, or do you hand that stuff off?
Yeah, I'm very. I've looked into outsourcing. Like, so I'm doing it in two different perspectives, right? So if it's something like an event or something that is cut and dry, I don't mind handing that off. It's usually a matter of, exposure and white balance issues or something like that. To fix that, that's fine. If it's more along the creative side, if it's like branding, if it's like something that I want to have full creative control over, I'll keep that. But I have been looking at outsourcing some of the mundane tasks and the events that I come home with 1,500 photos with. I have one in September, that's a 3-day, and I'm probably gonna come home with like 3,000 to 4,000 photos, and I'm wanting to have those just edited, and it not only helps me, but it would help get those to the client in a more reasonable amount of time.
Right.
So that is
Like same day.
I don't know, same day. Now, well, you mentioned that he's talking about Austin, but there are AI image editors now that what is it, Imagine or Imogen? I don't know if you heard of that, but it learns do you use Lightroom?
I don't.
You have Capture One?
Nope.
What do you use?
Adobe Bridge, Camera Raw, and Photoshop.
Wow. I can't help you with that.
Nope.
With those then.
Nope.
Wow. Why?
So years ago in the Air Force, I was a graphic designer and I learned Photoshop. And as I started picking up photography, it just was easier for me to go right into Photoshop through Camera Raw rather than going into Lightroom.
How many images are you delivering for a session?
Like 100.
You're taking 100 photos into Photoshop?
Normally, like, no. So normally I will I'll have like 100 photos from a session to cull.
Uh-huh.
So I'll go through there and then like 12 will be like my Camera Raw. I'll fix and adjust and then open in Photoshop and edit those 12. So it's not a lot. To me, that's not a lot.
Do you ever work on 2 sessions at a time?
All the time.
Then that's 24.
Okay.
Do you ever work on 3 sessions at a time? Because I know, because is there another way to, because they all have their individual tabs, right? When you take them into Photoshop?
Yeah.
I don't know of any other way, but that's like, because even on Capture One, like I'll cull in Capture One and I will make my selections on what I want to edit, and then I'll take that into Photoshop. But I usually do those at like 5 at a time. And I mean, I have a M4 Mac, like it's a powerful Mac, but once I start working with layers and stuff, if I have a bunch of stuff open, but then I also have a lot of other apps open.
I mean, literally, like one image takes me like 5 to 7 minutes to edit, if that. I don't. My work is basically as close to what you see in camera as possible. I do a little skin smooth, brighten the eyes, color contrast, and I'm done. Boom. I don't do a lot of skin retouch. I add like a layer of warmth, a layer of contrast. And the only time that it actually takes longer for me is in studio work, because now I'm cleaning backgrounds and stuff like that, or extending backgrounds. So I've looked at like Evoto and stuff like that for that kind of work.
Yeah.
I just haven't jumped into it yet.
Same concept as the imaging, but it'll learn. But for those, they deal with your Lightroom catalog.
Okay.
And so that's the reason why I haven't, because I use Capture One. I would have to start using Lightroom in order to make it make sense. And the cool thing that I've seen about it is it learns your style, and it can edit in your style. So instead of like, say you select auto edit for all of them, and it Capture One for I know goes crazy, like all the exposures are off and all that. It'll analyze each picture, cross-reference it with your editing style, and then they're all supposed to look the same. As far as like exposure, white balance, like they should all look uniform.
So Camera Raw does all of that for me. You can do all that in Camera Raw.
Automatically?
Yeah. So what I'll do is I'll take, and of course it's different if I've got different lighting.
I'm listening.
Yeah. So like if I've got my senior and she's on a bridge, right? And the lighting hasn't changed. I haven't moved my stuff. So I've got 10 images from this one little set.
Yeah.
I'll go into Camera Raw. I'll make adjustments to one.
Yeah.
Select all, and then batch process them all to look the same, and they all look the same. The only thing I do in Photoshop is skin.
Okay. So yeah, yes, I get what you're saying. So that does, I feel like that does work. So I'm thinking in terms of like my events, right? Yeah. So I have 1,000 photos that are taken indoor, outdoor, on stage, off stage, different lighting situations. So to go through those and find those different sets of, well, I took these in this room would take forever. So yes. That's what I'm saying. So for situations like that, I guess weddings and events and things where the scene is constantly changing, I guess that would be better for that. But yeah, I do something similar in Capture One where I'll edit one if it's in the same, lighting and everything, and then you can copy to everything. Yeah. Okay.
I don't know if you can use, because I've never looked, I don't use them. I don't know if you can do presets in Camera Raw, but I don't use presets.
Okay.
So it's not like I
don't
do
either.
that either. So.
Because I think even Avado, if I'm not mistaken, because we ran into Val, and she was doing, I guess, the photos for imaging, and that program she was using, what happened?
I'm sorry, I just had an epiphany about
something else.
Another program to write.
There you go.
Yeah.
But so essentially, this program that she was using is the same thing, understands how you edit all this stuff. And as you're taking the picture, it's loading it to the cloud, editing it. So by the time you're done with your thing, she just gets your number. It sends all the pictures to you and they're done.
Dude.
So, but we looked into that.
It's expensive.
Yeah, I bet.
Super expensive.
If you do events consistently, then it's worth it.
$900 a month.
Oh.
Yeah. Crazy.
Yeah.
Wow.
So again, if events is all you do, then perfect.
There's some other, so it does do some like retouching and like editing and things like that. It's more for speed of delivery. Like it does, you can do like skin smoothing and all that, and it'll send it off from there. I mean, they're not like great, they're good, and the client would be happy with them. But I've seen other programs that are less expensive that are doing the same thing. Now, why they are $900, I've like checked to see what they're offering that these other ones, and some of these other ones are like maybe, $50, $60 a month, and they're seem pretty much the same. I don't know what they're doing that they feel like they can charge, or that they're charging that much. Now, I will say when we were at imaging and we saw it in action, it was seamless. So I don't know if these other, what the user experience is like for these other programs, but that was seamless. Like she took the pictures, we put her name in. I was getting pictures, sent to me, and it was branded. So, and it looked very easy on her end as a photographer, and it was very easy for me as the recipient to get the images and download them. So user experience might have something to do with that, but I don't know if it's $850 worth of experience.
It's that luxury branding.
I never heard of them. Never heard of them. So,
but she was using Westcott, so I'm just saying.
Exactly.
She had to pay for her lights then. That's what it was.
Yeah.
So do you use Godox?
Mm-hmm.
Okay, see.
Yeah, I'm deep in Godox. So I've used some of their Godox stuff, and I like it. Like I think it's great, but I have tons of Godox stuff, and I'm
too far into it to switch.
Yeah, that's what it is.
But you see a lot of it. It drives me nuts. I remember when so I've always shot with Canon.
Mm-hmm.
Thank God.
Yeah, and
Sorry.
And I remember because I was using a 6D DSLR full frame before I jumped into the mirrorless, and so I really wasn't even familiar with what mirrorless was when I was fully starting to make that jump. But everybody was like all in on Sony, and they're like, Sony's got the best mirrorless, and they did for years. Best mirrorless. Like Canon's first foray into it was the R, and I thought it was a good camera, but it was definitely like handcuffed right from the get-go. I mean, it couldn't even shoot in a servo mode with IAF. I mean, it was just locked right away. But I got it because I was very comfortable with Canon, and I could get what I needed to get with it. But even now when I see people, I'm switching systems, I'm like, if you have to switch because your work's not, if it's not getting it, it's probably not the gear. It's probably you. But again, that's my soapbox. I know that every system's got a benefit, but like I don't see the reason to switch. If people reach out and they ask, hey, what kind of stuff should I look into? Of course, my number one is always going to be like, look at Canon because I know Canon, so it's not like I sit there and research Sony gear or Nikon gear or Fuji. I know more Canon stuff. And so I'll tell them that, but then I'll also say, but look, any new camera that you get will be able to get photos that more than likely you're going to be able to, even take. So
yeah,
it's not the gear, it's the person behind the gear.
That's right.
Even if you're a Sony user.
Asterisks.
And you use Sony, right?
Mm-hmm.
Yeah, I thought you did.
Yeah. So we'll need to pray for him.
Asterisk behind that.
Yeah.
I have very strong opinions about that as well.
Prayer?
No. No. And we it's like a conversation for another day, but that statement that it's not the gear, it's the person behind the gear, that is true to a certain extent.
To an extent. I completely agree.
And once we get to that extent, like I hate when that's not followed up by the fact that the right gear can make your job easier.
Yeah.
Right. So like you go to.
I heard that too. I was like, the world is ending.
So, say you go to a mechanic, right? And you go to mechanic A and mechanic B. Mechanic A tells you, hey, we'll figure out what's wrong with your car, but it's going to take us 2 days because we have to go through all the checks and we got to figure out all the, we got to take it apart essentially. You go to mechanic B and they're like, we can let you know in 30 minutes to an hour because we have this machine that will scan it. And, you're going to go to mechanic B 9 times out of 10 because they have the right tools for the trade. Right. They've invested, like if you're a mechanic, invest in tools that will help you as a mechanic. Right. Same thing as a photographer or videographer. You're a videographer, invest in your craft. And I'm not going to say any names. This is my soapbox. So I had another photographer, good friend of mine, that I don't say. I had another photographer of mine, good friend of mine, and they wanted to had a client that wanted to do some work. They didn't have the correct gear to do that work. They sent that person to me. I'm like, why are you not just getting or renting the gear to do it? Like if they're coming to you and you're offloading it to me, well, I don't want to invest in that. I don't want to. Fine. I check my. I've done work with this person that they referred me to over the past 3 years, and I've done like $60,000 of work just for this person.
Wow.
And the lens that I needed to do most of that work that they would have got was like a $600 lens.
Yeah, that's short-sighted.
Yeah,
very short-sighted. Yeah,
like so having the right gear to be able to shoot what you need to shoot to make those moves, like, and whether it's like business oriented or from a creative standpoint, even from a creative standpoint, like maybe it's not as important, but if you know that you want to create something and this piece of equipment will help you do that easier and more consistently, maybe it's worth it. Not to go in debt over it, but maybe, try it out, buy this piece of equipment that helps you do that. But yeah, like I said, I hear people say that all the time, and I just fear that a lot of beginner photographers take that as the entire part of that, and it's not. They're like, eventually you'll figure out you need more stuff.
Yeah.
Yeah, it's funny, because I completely agree. I do think the gear, the tools definitely help.
Mm-hmm.
And put in the right photographer's hands, they can create what they need to create. But I guarantee you, if you have, we'll go Canon just because I know Canon,
Mm-hmm.
A crop sensor R7 with a kit 18 to 45 millimeter lens that's 3.5 to 5.6.
Mm-hmm.
You give that to you and to me, and we can get good stuff. But you give us that same camera and you put a 85 millimeter 1.2 on there, and it's going to look amazing.
Right.
And you do that with anybody else, a brand new photographer, and they can do the exact same thing if they've got the camera set to auto, for the most part.
Mm-hmm.
So the tool matters, that you can get good
Unless
work.
unless they're in low light, then it's all blurry.
Right. But that's where again, they don't necessarily know what they're doing. But like immediately you could, and it's typically what I tell people when they're looking for gear. I say, look, this is the camera I would recommend. Whether it comes with the kit lens or not, get it just the body,
mm-hmm.
and then get this lens.
Mm-hmm.
Because this lens is going to allow you to do things that you can't do with that kit lens.
Mm-hmm.
Because they're so strapped right away with freaking aperture that a lot of them want to be able to shoot events that are dark.
Mm-hmm.
And dude, if you're already on a crop sensor and you're having to shoot at a minimum of 4.5 or whatever it is, you're not going to be able to get anything that's usable.
Right.
And they're already going to be pissed. And then you recommended this to them, and then they're going to be even more pissed.
Yeah.
I'm like, just get that stupid, cheap little nifty 50 at 1.8, and it's got a little bit of reach.
Mm-hmm.
So yes, the tools do matter.
Especially in a situation like that, because you kind of have to have the right tools to shoot low light and things like that. But yeah, I think it's a combination of the two. Like getting it in the right hands. It's a combination of the two. That's all.
Yeah. I always think that we can make it better though.
Mm-hmm.
We that know we can definitely make it better
for sure. Yeah.
And I remember a couple of years ago I was using like the Sigma Art lenses. I love those Sigma Art lenses, super sharp.
Yeah.
But I just was like, you know what? I'm at a point where I'm limiting my work. I want the best that I can get. Now I didn't get the R1 or the R3, but I got the R5, and I said, let me get those L lenses. They're expensive, but that 1.2 is it's gonna look better in my eyes than the 1.4. And so whether or not they will ever be able to tell, I know that I'm giving them the best image that I can possibly give them at this point. So
you invested in yourself. You invested in your craft. Yeah. That's what I think. That's what it's. If you're serious about your work and serious about, and there's a reason. There's all this R&D that goes into all these lenses, and it might not show immediately to somebody with an untrained eye, but if it gives you more confidence and makes you happy with your work, I think that's all that's needed to kind of justify it as far as if you have the money. I don't think anybody should go into debt over it, but I think it should be a goal to make sure you have a good kit. So
for sure.
So investing in your work, definitely beneficial. Something you should do.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah. TJ was talking about me in that story.
That was you?
Thanks.
Bro.
No, I wouldn't do that. I'd probably refer him to somebody else.
That's funny.
Keep it.
No, that honestly was not me, but I would 100% recommend people to TJ. TJ actually helped me twice in my time away when I was in Florida.
On your sabbatical?
Yes.
I helped you.
Yeah. You helped me with the strong shoot.
Oh.
And then with the headshots.
Oh, yeah. Yeah.
Yeah.
Light work.
Yeah. See, like once you know what you're doing, it's like, that's easy. Yeah. Must be nice.
It's nice.
So what do you like to shoot? Like if you could pick one thing the rest of your life and you had to pick one thing the rest of your life, what would it be?
Does it have to be photo or video, or can it be one from each?
One from each.
Okay. So for photography, I really enjoy lifestyle portraits. I think that it has a good combination of corporate and business as well as creative. I like the structure. I like to be able to bring out the best in somebody to make them look more powerful or more confident or more, look better than they feel, right? While also simultaneously them being able to use it in a productive manner. So one of the things that, like, if I take photos of somebody and I don't see them use it, I hate that. Like they'll tell me straight up to my face, like, "Oh my God, I love these," and I'll never see them. If they end up in an album or something, like, cool, or they send them out as a gallery, cool, or they print them, cool, whatever. But I like to see them utilize their investment, right? Like I like to be able to see them get use out of what they're paying for.
Sure.
I get joy out of that, so I think that's a good balance of being able to be creative in that space and like set it up and get it, my vision for the most part, and then them being able to use it on that end. For video, I love doing corporate, like interviews, talking head, commercial, like, I don't know. Hold on. I'm trying to think. Is it because of the money?
Dude, if that's why, that's why.
But I genuinely like it, but it helps that usually they're high paying tickets. Like, and
I don't think there's anything wrong with admitting that.
I never have to like chase them. Like most of the time, it's like invoice paid. Yeah, we'll see you soon.
I don't think there's anything wrong with that.
But I do feel guilty about that sometimes because I like I love what I do. And I would do it for free, but I don't want to do it. Well, that's the thing. Like, I would do this for free, but I don't want to do it for free. I mean, I have a family. I have, and I think it's because of like the time that I have. Like, your wife, your kids, and it's like, if I told my wife, "Hey, I'm gonna go do this shoot, and I'll be gone for 3 hours, and I don't bring home anything to show for it," you know what I mean? It's
especially if it's 3 hours that is outside of her normal
exactly
time too. Right.
Yes. That's
exactly right.
If I can do it during the day while she's at work, there's no time. Like, the kids are at school and that's on my time. Right. Great. But if they're at home, like if the kids are at home and dinner's in a couple hours, like I don't want to give up that time to shoot something that is not either paying a bill or, and sometimes I feel guilty about that because as a creator, you get told a lot, like, it's, you love what you do. Would you shoot for free? Yes, I would shoot for free. But there's gotta be some sort of balance there, know?
I know from basically, like, because I'm shooting seniors, for the most part, from like February until the first week of June, I don't have a day off. And my clients are all in high school, so it's not like they can. It has to be in the evening. My wife works, so almost every night we don't do dinner together for like 4 months. And then she's like, hey, I want to plan a trip. And I'm like, it's got to be after June. It can't be in the spring. She's like, but then you don't like going places where it's going to be too hot. I know. so it's like, it's a struggle. And the busier that I've gotten, which I think is also another kind of one of the reasons why I want the YouTube thing to grow a little bit, is so I can try to step back. Is just that. I feel the same way. I actually, to me, the worst part of photography, and I told you this, it's the business side of the thing. You know, I wish I didn't have to deal with the money side of it. But
Sorry.
One, I like to buy new gear.
Yeah.
So for people like us, it helps. But yeah, it's sacrifice. Is it a sacrifice? Yeah, it is a sacrifice because again, we're gone so much, and more than likely, it's not at the same time as our spouse, and so there's just a lot of time that I'm away, and you know, it does strain that relationship sometimes. For a period of time, I thought, man, I want to be a real estate agent. I love talking to people, love getting out there and doing that. Dude, that's just a ton of spinning wheels.
Yeah.
And until you actually get any traction,
you're just
you're
out
not
there
making anything.
Yeah.
So, and you're not buying any gear that way. So I'm like, yeah, that's not going to happen.
Amen to that.
Yeah.
So
what's your family situation like? How does your, you just do whatever you want to do. You go just shoot at your heart's content on a whim. Enjoy it.
I guess you could if you wanted to. Yeah.
Enjoy it for now. There's somebody coming for you.
Thanks. Yeah. See, that's the.
Oh, wait, I think they're trying to get in.
Yeah. They're trying to be a part of this episode, but that's the beauty of the friends that I have is they like to just, you know,
remind you
of things in your life. But truthfully though, and I had jotted this down because I wanted to ask y'all about that on that end. Like, what does that mean for the both of y'all with the support from your wives to be in this space and still be able to do it? Because you talked about, like, yes, it can put a strain on the relationship, but still to hear her say, like, let's get that YouTube channel to grow, rather than, I think you need to leave this because I want to go on some trips in the spring. Rather, she's telling you, take on more. Yeah. We need that channel to grow. So what does that look like for the both of y'all? What does that mean to y'all?
It's actually pretty cool. Like, you know, again, kind of in the beginning of it, I had a tendency to just take on a whole bunch of different hobbies. And so I think her perception of my photography was, this is just another little thing that's interesting to Jason. And so I'll just kind of placate to him and let him get into it. And so, like, literally, she bought the first camera that I had, my first detachable lens camera, while I was deployed, because I said, hey, I'm here deployed with a photographer, and when I come back, I want to be a photographer. And so she's like, all right, dude, whatever. So she bought me this camera, and she did not realize what it was going to actually lead to, but I sucked. But I think really it was just like, this is just something that he's interested in. Now we're at a point where she's fully on board. She still gets frustrated because she's like, dude, you need to relax. We're both actually workaholics. It's funny because I always make fun of her about it, but then she starts quoting the amount of time that I sit there and edit. And she's like, have you got it up today? Have you done this today? Have you done, you know, not honeydews. It's just like, get off your butt because you're sitting there all day editing and you need to actually do something else. Stress your body and all that. So it's cool to see that she's fully behind. Now we're actually looking at, I actually just invested in a studio lease downtown and she was on board with that. So like, that was kind of a big step for me because I've shot everything in my garage for the last 3 years as far as studio goes. So to now have a lease downtown, it's pretty cool. But we're also in the process of actually looking for land and building my own studio. So it really is cool to be able to have her behind me on that. Would I do it without her support? Yeah, I probably would, but it just would strain it a lot.
Yeah.
And not that our relationship would break. We've been married for 28 years, but honestly, you don't know that where things can lead. I think one of the worst things that you could do as a husband and wife is to become indifferent to each other, and not really. You can live in the same house and not have a relationship at all, thinking that you do.
Sure.
And I think that's my personality. So I think it would be very easy for me to continue doing what I'm doing, thinking she's okay with it. And then eventually, a year or two down the line, like, where'd my wife go? She just came home and the house is empty, that kind of stuff. So it is awesome to have her support. But I also have to take that into the account. Like, I need to make time to give her the time that she needs.
Yeah.
I hit 50 in like 20 days. So part of that's in there too. I'm like, my mortality, my photography mortality is like knocking on the door. Like, how much longer can you do what you're doing at the pace that you do it? I also know that my wife has got a really good job and she loves to travel. So I need to make time for her because she's making the sacrifice for me to do what I want to do. So long answer, but go for it.
Yeah, I agree. You've been married a little over twice as long as I've been married. I've been married for 12 years.
That's still fantastic.
I think that it is, I wouldn't be able to do it without my wife's support. I don't think, because of the hours and the uncertainty and just all the stuff that goes with, the way I run my business and the way I do photography, without her support, I don't think I would be as invested, because I'd always be worried about, like you said, like how she's feeling or how she's feeling about it. And like a couple of weeks ago, I went out of town for a week and, to shoot some stuff. I did like a Bridgestone shoot a couple of years ago, and I left on, it was a month and a half shoot. I left every Sunday and came back on Thursday to leave the next Sunday. And all this time she's having to deal, pick up the kids. The kids are still in school. But her knowing what that meant to me to be able to go and do that shoot, the money was great. So that helped with it. But like I said, that I feel obligated to make her investment worth it. So if she is going to trust me to run my business and do my business and support my business, I need to be able to show something for it. I need to be able to bring home a paycheck. I need to be able, because I'm my own boss, right? She's a nurse and she gets paid, every month, regardless. Of course, if she gets fired, she doesn't, but she has a consistent check coming in. I still have to pull my weight. You know what I mean? But yeah, she's been nothing but supportive from day one. I've said this before, when I used to do computers, and I basically quit cold turkey and went straight into photography. I closed down my computer shop on a Friday, and I was a full-blown photographer by that Monday, like as far as like switching what I was doing. And we sat down and we talked about that, and she was like, hey, I trust you, whatever you want to do. Like, if that's what you want to do, if that's what you feel happier doing. And she basically put that in my hands, didn't stress me out about it. Even when I opened up my computer shop, we got our income tax. It was like $3,000. And she was like, I wanted to open a computer shop. And she was like, take the $3,000, open up a computer shop, do what you like. That's a big thing. Like a income tax return is not a small. It's not chump change.
That's what a lot of families look for every year. Yeah.
Right. Yeah. And for her to say, like, take this and like invest it and make it happen. And like, there's no way that you would sink $3,000 into something that you didn't believe in. Right. So, shout out to my wife. But she has been nothing but supportive. And, it's, being such, I feel obligated to make sure that I hold up my end of that contract and that end of the deal to do it the best I can. So
Yeah. Well,
Brian.
Anyway, yeah, it must be nice. Where was I?
She's coming.
All
She's
right.
watching right now.
Imagine, like, I want to marry that guy. Like,
Hey, you never know.
You never know.
You never
I
know.
don't know what you see, girl. Just saying. But no, yeah, big shout out to y'all's wives. One, for letting them be these great men that they are and creatives that they are. But then also for letting them be here in this episode of the podcast. Because I know it takes time out of your day.
Yeah, it is.
I've had fun.
I'm there. Yeah, so. Clock's running. You know.
But I hope that she sees the beauty that you bring to the show.
Yeah. Just tell her to watch it on double speed.
Yeah.
But definitely grateful for you coming on too and talking and just chatting it up and giving your insight on so many things. Still want to ask this question though, because I
told my wife, hey, I'm going to the Joe Rogan Experience. He always does 3 hours. So I was expecting 3 hours.
bet we still got an hour and a half to go.
I'm kidding. But
No, but last question, maybe. If you have to get bacon and egg tacos, like not make them, but you have to go get them, where do you go to get them?
So the funny thing is I'm not going to answer your question. There's a place normally if I go for a breakfast taco, I don't get bacon and egg tacos.
Okay.
I normally will get like a chorizo and egg.
Yeah.
Or like a sausage, like a breakfast sausage. Not the patty sausage, but like
For sure.
Bill Miller's has
Country.
fantastic breakfast. I can't stand any of the rest of their food, but Bill Miller's breakfast, they're pretty good. There is a place in Bernie. I think it's called Marie's, but they do breakfast tacos very well, and their chorizo and egg tacos are fantastic. But I try not to eat that much because I lost a lot of weight last year, and I don't need to gain it all back. So
Yeah.
So typically, I'm not buying bacon because I don't like the way most places cook the bacon. I like bacon a little bit more floppy. I don't like it crispy and crunchy. And nobody makes it like that. So
Yeah.
I'm picky. I'm
Okay.
a control freak.
Hey, that's fine.
That was a very important question.
No, it is because I'm trying to find some place too. Like, I mean, yes, I agree with Bill Miller's, and then the salsa that they got paired with some good sweet tea. Lord.
Y'all probably like Wingstop too, huh?
Dude, don't even get me started. It's so like this was my yesterday. Okay. This was my last night. So my wife and I, we go and we do a little hike. And then we're like, you want to go out? And we're like, nah, let's just go grab some food on the way home. And so my wife, she loves pickles. And so there's some stupid thing at Sonic now that's like a pickle flavored meal.
Oh yeah. Uh-huh.
That's its own separate thing. And so she was like, do you want wings or something? I'm like, yeah, I'll stop at Wingstop. And because I can hit Wingstop, and then in the next parking lot over is the Sonic. And I'm like, all right, let's do that. So I went to Wingstop, got in there at like 5:05, put in my order, the 8-piece combo, bone in with the 2 dry rubs that they have, fries and a drink. All right, it's like $15 and change. Okay, that's fine. 30 minutes later, food's not ready. I'm like, what's going on? So I finally, and there's been a couple people that have like been waiting longer than me. This other guy has already come back because his order was messed up. So finally, he's like asking, and he gets his food. And so as soon as he gets his food, I walk up there and I'm like, hey, just checking to see where my order's at. It's been 30 minutes. Oh, it's right here. So the guy that actually took the order, he runs into the back to make the order. He comes in, like, which You probably shouldn't be doing that. You're handling money, whatever.
Oh my God. Don't.
This isn't the 80s and 90s. This is 2025. But anyway, and there was 6 of them in the back making stuff, and they were still that backed up. They weren't even busy. Like, my wife and I are old. We were eating at 5:30 dinner. It's not like it's a 7:30 busy time, right? So it comes out, and it's not even the right order. And I'm like, and my wife says, she said something like, don't worry about it. Just take it, and it's not their first mistake, and it's definitely not going to be their last mistake that they make all day. And
She sounds like a sweet woman.
dude, like, she was fantastic. Drive over to Sonic to pick up her food, and it's disgusting.
Wait,
$17 for this thing at Sonic. A burger, tots, and a freaking drink. $17? I'm like, what is this, Red Robin? Like, what is this?
I have no desire to taste the pickle shake, but the pickle tots sound like they were good.
They were gross.
Really?
Yeah. It just wasn't good.
It's not just pickle seasoning on the tots.
It's pickle seasoning on the tots, and it's just
I like pickles.
I like pickles too, but like
Not at that level.
Probably more so.
Yeah.
I was just blown away that something at Sonic cost $17.
Yeah.
Like the burger was a regular sized burger.
Mm.
I'm cheap. I'm cheap. I will admit that. That's why I buy Godox gear.
That's why you became a photographer.
Exactly. But it's like a regular sized drink.
Uh-huh.
It's not like a shake. It's almost like a boba type drink shake type thing. And then the burger and then the tots. And it was like 17. I'm like, holy crap.
Yeah,
I can sit down and eat a place and get a $17 meal.
well,
a $20 meal, and it's
now
a lot
it'll be
better.
27.
Yeah.
Yeah.
But I'd be happier and I'd be full. I just was like, dude, the Wingstop, they didn't give me the bone in. They gave me the boneless. And one of the boneless was like this big, like a smaller than a Chick-fil-A nugget. I was so pissed, man. So pissed. And Rachel was like, just let it go.
I can't stand Wingstop. Can't stand them.
I said, they're on my list. I'm never going back.
Well,
They're on the list. big no Wingstop.
well, there's some other wing places, maybe one that TJ can recommend. But yeah, so thank you guys very much. Y'all can go get Sonic and then,
Some other wings.
yeah. But Jason, let the people know where they can find you.
It's J Allen Photography on YouTube. Be sure to go check that out. And it's j.allen_photographer on Instagram. Unfortunately, somebody already had the photography when I actually rebranded. So yeah, you can find me there. j.allen_photographer. And then, find my stuff there. So
Sweet.
fantastic.
And TJ,
You got to come find me. Worldwide hide and seek champion 2025. You want to find me? Come look for me, okay? I'm in the streets of San Antonio. You want to find me? Come find me. I am unfindable. You think you can find me? I move. I make moves. You don't know my moves. You'll never find me. I bet you'll never find me.
what?
Put money on it. You'll never find me.
I'll tell you this right now. You start a YouTube channel and you'll have 2 subscribers right away.
Yeah.
Won't find me.
What movie
It'll
is
be
that
unlisted. It's no movie. It's real life. This is real life. You will never find me. I'm unfindable.
from? That because you're always quoting movies, so
I am.
at
That's
this
part of the
point, I don't-
ADHD thing.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Mine is oh, you can't tell by the way I use my walk.
Yeah.
I'm a woman's
That's a
man.
nice.
No time to music loud. Yeah. Oh, Staying Alive? Classic.
Actually, do CPR too.
Staying Alive.
Classic episode, man.
And then come around with the face and just
Yeah. Dude, I could watch that show every day. I do watch it pretty much every day. Wife falls asleep when I turn on The Office.
I wonder if it's not like if our episode would get taken down if I put the Office theme coming out.
And I just put it less than like 10 seconds or something like that.
Yeah.
I don't know what those rules are.
We'll have to find it.
They're probably not watching it hard.
Not yet. Check them out at ferrovisuals and ferrovisuals.com.
Bro.
What? What?
They're gonna find me now. You thought I was playing, man. I was gonna be untrackable. They weren't. Man. Snitch.
Not anymore.
Snitches get stitches.
Yeah. You can check them out at Tally Photos. What was that? Tally Photos?
Tallymark?
Tallymark Photos.
Anymore.
You don't find it, remember? At Tallymark Photos. Gotcha. And also at thebryansnyder or thebryansnyder.com.
You're still talking about me?
No.
And then you're supposed to say, and you can find me at.
Edit and go.
And you can find me at thebryansnyder or thebryansnyder.com. Check out the podcast at TheBS Official on everything. But yeah, so this is it. Have a great day. God bless you. Tell somebody that you love them. Until then, go get yourself a glass of sweet tea, water, coffee, or anything stronger that you might like. Totally fine by me. Again, good Lord, they are really trying to get in here. So we're going to go let them in. Have a good one. God bless you. We'll catch you on the next one. Until then, don't forget the only BS you have to deal with
is in the wall.